now we've got the problem with Uraraka in My Hero Academia. Let's just give it a watch.
So, I think the vast majority of My Hero Academia fans would agree with me when I
Okay.
say that Uraraka is one of the best characters in the series. Her quirk is interesting and versatile. Her
I don't know her
design
quirk.
is adorable, and she has a drive to achieve. And to be
Okay,
fair,
that's good.
traditional shonen battle series aren't exactly known for
Useless.
having the best female characters, but even still, she is a beast. And I think the sports festival from season 2 of the anime is when most of us really recognized her to be as such. Not only did she square up with one of the most capable combatants in her grade, Bakugo Katsuki, and hold her own, but were made to care about and see her in a light I'd never imagined previously. I mean, her whole reason for pursuing a hero career is to get that bread.
She's a hustler.
That sleeps when she's hungry to avoid spending money on food. Her pockets are empty, but she somehow still has crazy shoe game. Like, she is hella relatable to so many people dealing with real world struggles in ways you typically wouldn't expect to see from such a cute and adorable character. But honestly, past that amazing depiction we received during the sports festival,
I'm starting to like her.
There's not much else. And if anything, she kind of ends up treading the same overplayed waters as many shonen heroines before her. And just to add a bit of context to our conversation here, this video was actually inspired by my girlfriend, who just recently caught up to the My Hero anime, getting through 3 seasons in a short amount of time. And before she ever even watched the show, she was really expecting to not care for Uraraka. Why? Because she looked like the typical cutesy girl who ends up being a liability at some point or another. Not her exact words, but that's the gist of things. But like we said earlier, season 2 was a game changer. Suddenly, Uraraka was putting in that work and implementing a level of strategy to
I feel like she's very relatable. That's why probably a lot of people liked her and maybe got disappointed if, you know, the show didn't like continue with her or something.
On par with the overthinking mind of Deku. This soft and bubbly looking character wasn't babied or patronized. Everyone here was fighting for something and giving it their all.
That's good.
And so Uraraka was more than willing
That's
to
how you create good characters,
and overcome anything in the way of her goals. Those are some of the fundamental concepts behind any good shonen battle series.
That's what I'm saying.
For some reason, those concepts haven't always been applied to female characters.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Even if they are for a moment, things don't always stay like that. Which is where that newfound respect and admiration for this amazing character unfortunately ended up going with.
Yeah, that's why I feel like when I started watching anime, I feel like, well, obviously like Mikasa is a massive badass in Attack on Titan, but I feel like in a lot of other anime, the girls are kind of like babied, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But it kind of seems like here she is like really getting to be like one of the main characters, right? Or like really strong, which is really nice. And not just getting it because she's a girl, but getting it because she works for it.
Because
it's like any other character.
Uraraka has a crush on Deku.
Oh,
which in a way sort of compromise the independence of her character. Because now, whenever she's provided independent screen time or focus, things inevitably shift to thoughts of Deku and how wonderful he is. A spark of romantic interest isn't inherently bad, don't get me wrong, but when that interest begins to fully encompass that character's relevancy to the story, it kind of is a bad thing. Which is why it's so great that in recognizing her feelings for him, she simultaneously recognizes the danger that may pose towards the achieving of her goals. Everyone's fighting hard for the same dream, and so she can't afford
strong
to
female
slip
characters
up
for
over
sure.
a crush. But even still, she really does admire Deku and his drive to strive and prosper, and seeks to emulate that for herself, which at the time was a bit of a relief. But with that, the question now becomes, what's next for her? Well, I want to see the fruits of her labor.
Hopefully in the new, like,
this
you know,
is a character that in the past
season that continues
has
to be like that
from their field studies more than most. So I'd like to think that Hado of UA's Big 3 might serve to be a useful inspiration for her. Uraraka definitely has one of the best quirks in her class, and it's one that certainly has.
I don't know her quirks, man.
So instead of being on the sidelines acting as support, I want to see her right in the middle of things, kicking some ass. And if we really want to provide her with some conviction, there's always the option of bringing that aforementioned love to the battlefield and having her face off against the psychotic Toga.
Oh,
sure
if she
manga people know what's
if
up
she
with
fought
all
with
that and how crazy that could
the Crush, that'd be kind of cool.
Point. But seeing
like
as
together,
they both have feelings for
against.
Deku and Toga is a universal lover that's interested in Uraraka too, I think it could be really crazy. In fact, I'd imagine she'd be the best matchup for her amongst the students as a sort of foil to her character.
Damn.
But once again, for that to happen, Uraraka needs some major combat development, so hopefully we get that at some point. Now, spoiler warning for chapter 253 of the manga, but in it, going into the new year, Uraraka actually has a new hero costume. Little changes that I'm sure will at some point make a world of difference.
I think that should be in the new season, right?
Portions of her costume are now heavily weighted. Something we've speculated
she gets stronger?
Would at some point be the case for her character in previous videos. And with a new costume, there will of course be new opportunities to show it off. However, unfortunately accompanying this development is the furtherance of shipping material between her and Deku, which is, as we established prior, a danger to her own development. Because
that's an interesting character, like, you know, you want to make, like, kind of show for her as like a strong, like, independent character, but then also tie in like the love, like romance, right? So it's got to be an interesting balance to do it properly,
and how
where it doesn't like sacrifice her being independent.
Got shipping bait, which leads me to believe that the sentiment Uraraka expressed during the provisional license exam was not intended to fully encompass her proceedings going forwards. It was just a momentary thing for that momentary time, which I think is unfortunate, because if you look at how things are dealt with in the case of Deku, he's been flustered by Uraraka's presence several times over. But that has never been to the detriment of his portrayal. Such a thing has never impeded the proceedings of his development.
Okay.
So why is that the case with Uraraka? I get that he is the main character and such, but when your intention is to make a good character, whether male or female, the process to which you do that, or at least general process to which you do that, should be the same. And right now, that's just not the case. And to that end, I'd like to rephrase my desires here, because I want Uraraka to have her own arc, independent of her feelings towards Deku. Because
that makes
otherwise,
sense.
She is a really interesting and unique character. But ladies and gentlemen, as usual, I want to know what you guys think.
Me not knowing a lot about My Hero Academia, right? That's a really cool video, like breakdown of a character and just really going in depth and like analyzing what makes a really good hero, right? But yeah, this was actually a cool review. I really like that. Thank you for watching this video, and also thank you very much to all of my supporters over at Patreon. If you'd like to see these videos earlier, head on to Patreon, and if you want to see more videos, click the videos here and here for more videos from me.